Time for the Power to Connect with Angela Ray.
I'm glad you brought up gentrification because it is an issue that impacts us all over. It's funny, when I lived in D.C. and we lived in Maryland, we would go up Rhode Island and we would say,
that's where I used to live.
Oh, did you? Oh my God, you were so close to us.
I was just about to say that area is a prime area for gentrification.
All of a sudden, we're like, wait a minute, white people are here now?
Yep.
Whoa. And so, you know, what is damning and hurtful and wrong is that you didn't want our land when you pushed us out there and made us live by the railroad tracks, by the Superfund crap. But all of a sudden, you will find developers and white politicians, some will find our land is valuable. And all of a sudden, they've got plans for it, big plans for it. That means we are not a part of it. Because do those plans include hiring the people who live in that neighborhood to make sure they have jobs, helping in any way you can as a major entity to make sure that folks are able to stay where they are so that you don't look like the big bad wolf? It's the same crap over and over, irrespective of where you live. I'm here in the Pacific Northwest. It's some of the same crap. I live in an historic African-American neighborhood that used to be 80% African. The first, he actually was the second African-American man here, became very wealthy. And this is where he landed in Seattle. And all of a sudden now, Andrea, it's
nothing but white
15% with white people saying horrible things about Black people.
That's what I didn't like about when I was living in DC. Oh my gosh. I just used to get into it with so many white people there, young white people there too, that just, I just felt like they did not respect the land. And I was just like, do you know where you are?
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of people walked down these streets and protested down these streets and what they had to do to live in this area? Respect the land. And I think that's what a lot of people, when it comes to gentrification, I think that Black people are okay with it. But if these white folks come in, just respect the land, just respect the area. You know, there were people there that lived there before you. So don't come in here trying to change rules and get mad when somebody's having a party down the street. Just ask them, can you come? You know, like, or do you need me to get,
you're talking about connecting
parking spots in front of your house? Yeah,
right.
Like,
connect with people. Instead, what happens is a disconnect. So a disconnect, you know what? We want what you have. So you don't really probably fit in here anymore. Wait a minute. Just wait a damn minute. None of the people who live in the neighborhood are ever hired for your fancy coffee shop that you have on the corner, your fancy donut shop, or your taco, whatever. It doesn't matter. And if that was the case, then this whole gentrification crap would not be so. It just is so racist. And I just would not want to be a part of it. And this is not us, having a conversation about we don't like whites. That's not it at all. This is reality. This is reality. And developers are largely white. I know a couple of Black developers. I know one here in the Pacific Northwest. And guess what? The other one I know, he knows him too. It's his mentor. It's not a lot of us. You know, and even when we are developers, don't expect someone to do what you think they're going to do. Somebody may be Black, but they're a developer and they are doing some of the same things that you might see white developers do. It's a lot of it is just money. And it's folks not putting people first. What you doing? What you doing? You're answering a text. Hey,
no, I'm right.
Hold on,
I'm right.
Oh, I'm like, who is it? Who we texting?
I'm writing story ideas.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do you have written so far?
I mean, you was talking about Black developers, and then I just needed to also put it down, thinking about gentrification. I know that I've been thinking about these ideas, but I needed to just write it down so I can remember to come back to it.
And this is what journalists do. We talk and then we get ideas from each other. You know, Andrea may be experiencing something in St. Louis that I am not necessarily here, but I'm feeling an echo of it. It just lets me get ahead of the game.
Don't forget to subscribe to The Power to Connect with Angela Ray and follow her on Facebook. You can also stay connected on Twitter and Instagram at angelaray.com.